Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Suds News. As always, I am Vinny, and contrary to rumors that were supposedly going around daytime dish this morning, I'm here with my co-host Angela,
who is not dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't even know people thought I was dead, which is weird.
Yeah, very, very strange. Yeah. Hi, Susan. Welcome to the chat. Hi, Steve. Yes,
Hi,
we are here.
I hope, Susan, I hope you had a good time at our Zoom this weekend. We all crashed out pretty early this time.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that you had a good time on your Zoom.
I did. I hope everybody else did too.
Got a lot of General Hospital to go over. Do want to give you a quick programming note. We are doing a Sunday episode this coming Sunday night, which is the 28th of September. So just to let you all know, we are doing a Shady Sunday episode this coming Sunday on the 28th. So just wanted to let everybody know that because of my work schedule, it's inventory on Monday. So Sunday we have to do the show. So that's how it's going to be. Hey, Chad, welcome. He says, how's your week been? And people apparently thought Angela was dead on daytime dish.
I don't know that anybody actually thought that, or if it's just the troll that's constantly up my ass over there. And the admin keeps banning them, and they actually have a VPN. I mean, how pathetic do you have to be to pay for a VPN just so you can keep going back to the soap opera board that you were banned from to post stuff about somebody you don't know, like, and not even like about the show. I can't with these people.
That is insane. But it's a good thing you are not dead. You are here right where you belong on a Monday night at 8 o'clock for Suds News. Besides that, Angela, how was your week?
It was good. You know, crazy busy, but it was really good. Things are great. I'm happy. I'm great. I'm writing. I wrote a ton. Have a ton of writing up and just, you know, moving and shaking. You know,
and I'm going to get with you. And I'm going to get with you to work on that article for Samantha's Friends event as well.
Yes.
But I found out tonight, like literally in 2 hours before we went live, that my wife and I got approved for a new apartment. So we're going to be moving the first weekend of October. So it's just going to be hectic from here on out. Hi, Jeannie. Welcome to the chat. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Tonight, we've got a lot to go over for General Hospital, a lot of stuff for morning. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate that. As you've seen, been a lot of content coming up on this channel recently with WWE WWE WrestlePalooza this past weekend, live from Indianapolis, where it was announced that Stephanie McMahon is going to be the first inductee into the class of 2026 WWE Hall of Fame. So congratulations to her. But the event itself wasn't that great. Hi, Anya. How are you today?
Hi,
welcome to the chat.
We're calling her Annie now. She's not going by Anya anymore. She's going by Annie. So, and we're very happy for her. It's a wonderful name. It was my mother's name. But she's still my wife.
So welcome to the chat. And welcome to the stream, everybody. Just again, quick reminder, this coming Sunday night, the 28th of September, we are going to be live again for Shady Sunday at 8 p.m. I do want to let everyone know again, this episode is powered by Dubby Energy. That's Dubby, D-U-B-B-Y, Energy. As a matter of fact, I am drinking the hydro drink tonight, which is watermelonade, which is watermelon lemonade. So check it out, WDUBBY.GG. Use the promo code Suds Media. You get 10% off your purchase. They have Jitterless energy drinks and powders from the coffee fruit extract. So check that out. When I do need a quick pick-me-up, that's what I go to. That's WDUBBY.GG. promo code Suds Media for 10% off your purchase. All right, let's get into Port Charles, New York, and all the stuff that's been going on. And you know what? I got to give it to them because we found out on Thursday. Cass, welcome to the chat. You had some of the best posts today. Angela, you are hilarious.
I try. I do what I can. You know.
Hey, you know what? It works out. And you know what? We've got a lot to go over. We might as well start with the biggest news to come out of Port Charles this week, and that is the passing of Dr. Monica Quartermaine. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But the way that it was done, and just to see, I'm sorry, give the Emmy to Jane Elliott and Steve Burton right now for leading actor and supporting actress, because they killed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, and they continue to kill it. This whole week is going to be killing.
Yes,
lots of death. I'm going to be dead lots of times this week, figuratively, people, figuratively.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, with Tracey, with Michael by himself, with Danny,
Oh, just fantastic. And and it's like they brought some lightheartedness to it as well, especially the scene they had, and when the sheriff was coming there and Jason's like, I'll go get the door, and he's like, and Tracey goes, no, you're kind of allergic to law enforcement, and that's not what Monica needs right now. I'll get the door, you go in there.
Yeah. Lucy trying to get in.
Yeah. Oh God, Lucy today trying to get in. And even Lucy and Tracey sharing such a great scene and dialogue regarding Monica. Overall, the vibe in Port Charles was obviously sad, but they kicked ass in this story so far.
Oh
and
God,
still
yeah. Absolutely. And yeah, it's very well done, I think.
Yes.
They really, the writers really hit it out of the park with the emotional beats, just like they did with Bobby's after Jackie Zeman, and yeah.
And then we still got another one to gear up for, Robert's eventual passing. Do you think Robert's is going to be as big as Monica and Bobby's?
Yes and no. I mean, they have Mac. I think Kimberly McCullough would probably come back for it for a one-off episode.
Yeah.
I don't know though, because I don't know if how do they have Kimberly McCullough come back without bringing her husband Patrick for her father's funeral? And are they gonna recast him, or will Young and the Restless let Jason Thompson? I don't know. There'd be a lot of logistics.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That would be really cool if Young and the Restless allowed Jason Thompson to come in for a one-off.
Right. And I'm sure they would, but there's also a matter of if he would want to, kind of thing. Well, I got a reverse skunk thing going on here with my hair. I haven't colored it at all because I don't care about the gray, and my sister's supposed to be doing it sometime soon. I just haven't had a chance, so it's like, sorry, it just hit me. Yeah, we'll see. Kaiwan, we're talking about Robert, not Monica. Another thing they could do, instead of doing like an actual funeral, they could do like what they did for Sean Donnelly.
Right.
And, have a special episode and just gather people together, and, and they can say that they had already done the funeral and Patrick had been there, but he's now with their kid or had an emergency. You know what I mean? And they could get around it that way.
Yeah.
And have
which makes sense considering Robert's living in France right now. So
right, exactly. Have Emma Samms, have Finola, have Kimberly, have Mac, Sasha. Yeah, Sasha's living with him and Holly now.
Right.
you know. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Susan says I was okay until Danny sat next to Jason on the couch. That
Oh,
was
it
such
killed
an
me.
emotional scene.
It killed that. Just, oh my God, just killed me.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, either way, we're in for a long ride. And this story with Monica is, I love the flashbacks. I love seeing the flashbacks between Tracey and Monica, and the arguing, and so yeah, just insane. They did show the flashback of Monica holding baby Jason in her arms, and
I have a little bit of a issue with that. Not the flashback. The flashback was fine. But I think they retconned the history a little bit. And
okay.
I could be wrong about this. I've been so balls to the walls busy. I haven't had a chance to actually deep dive into it. But the way I remember it is that Jason was living in the gatehouse with a nanny after Susan died, because Monica would not let him move into the mansion. She did not want her husband's affair baby living in her mansion. So they had him down at the gatehouse with a nanny. And
because they said
he went down.
They said it was Susan and Scotty.
And Scotty, and then Monica went down, and it didn't. I'm like, I don't think that's how it was. I mean, I know her and Monica, and her and Scotty. I know that all happened, but I'm pretty sure that when Monica took care of Jason, Susan was already dead, and because that was the moment where she said, "This is my son." Because it also wouldn't make sense for her to say, "This is my son," while Susan's still alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So exactly. I'm pretty sure they retcon the history, and they might have done it to not, to like lighten Monica up a little bit, but they didn't have to. You know what I mean? I think it would have been a more touching story if they had told the whole, the real thing.
Yeah.
How she came to naturally love that boy herself and stuff. But yeah, I think they toyed with the history a little bit there.
It's a possibility. I mean, I wasn't watching back there, so I defer to your memories regarding that. But either way, I mean, I like how they did it. Even today, with Michael going to tell Carly and Sonny, and Carly's line of saying, of course you're thinking for everybody, you're thinking for everybody else, and why don't you let us take care of you this time?
And I love that too. I just wish it hadn't been, me and your father. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how I feel about that nonsense.
Of course.
But whatever, it is what it is.
So it was a great scenes all week. And it's just going to get better, because we do know that Friday is the General Hospital debut of Erica Slezak coming in as her new character, which is apparently named Ronnie.
Yes.
At least from what I've seen.
Yes, her character is named Ronnie, and we had heard that she was Monica's sister. But I'm trying to remember, was there anything? Did the show, I didn't have time to deep dive into this, but did the show confirm that she's Monica's sister? Or did they say that she's coming on? Because I also heard that she's going to claim to be related to Lila.
Oh, and I did not know that.
The shot from the promo today kind of leans toward that, because she was like standing in front of Lila's part of the crypt. You know what I mean? So that seemed a little weird.
Okay.
So,
I don't know.
but we'll
I don't
see.
know. Yeah.
And also, a surprise guest is showing up at the funeral, and it's not her.
Oh, so there's another one.
She doesn't
Okay.
show up until later when Tracey sees her at the crypt, as far as I know, because she wasn't filming
Yeah.
when they filmed the funeral.
Could it be? I'm trying to think who it could be. Could it be Sky?
It could be Sky. There's also a very strong rumor that they're bringing on another ward. One that we haven't had before.
Yeah.
You know, so it could be that. Yeah, it could be Drew. Not that, but people don't really get invited to funerals, but it could be Drew showing up, could be shocking, whatever. That would be a shocking one too. But it could also be Sky or something like that. You know, they brought people back for Bobby. They brought people back for, you know,
Epiphany. Or even Lila Ray.
Right. Yeah. I would kill for them to bring Lila Ray on. We need somebody in that age group. We need more people in that age group. So, yeah.
But they've been doing a fantastic job anyways. All around, even from, it was Elizabeth that went into Drew to tell him Monica passed away, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I mean, all around.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? It's like there was the way they did it because there was a lot of tension around the Quartermaine house right before, you know, Jason coming, you know, finding her passed away. Because Willow had come that morning with Scout to bring, and then, you know, the thing is, understandably, I liked Willow bringing Scout to see Monica, and her and Scout and Wiley going upstairs, Brooklyn bringing them up,
right.
But then Willow almost does an about face and, you know, throws it in Michael's face that Drew's going to say that you shot him, and using the kids again, using Scout as a way to get in there to harass Michael for the most part.
Right.
Just ridiculous.
I mean, and I don't understand why she couldn't call.
Right. Right, to call first and say.
I mean, call. They're not going to say, no, Scout can't see her grandmother.
Of course,
you know
right.
So,
Taiwan says, I think they're setting up Willow as a great villain. I guess she needs to be a villain because nobody can't be there. I don't like Carly like back in the 90s. So, I mean, Willow is playing a great villain. I will say that. I am enjoying her performance as a villain of somebody that you really are rooting. It's like you're rooting against her even getting her kids back.
Oh, I know. And then she's threatening Michael that he's never going to see them. I'm just like, girl.
Yeah. I'm almost wondering now that, I mean, we know that the cops have the tampered evidence saying that Drew paid off the judge, and then the judge winding up dead the next day.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering as to why there wasn't an emergency hearing or another judge to go through her cases and almost award Willow co-guardianship at this point. Because
they haven't turned the information over to it. The cops haven't turned the information over to anybody, and that wouldn't necessarily award Willow custody. You know what I mean? That wouldn't necessarily warrant Willow automatically getting custody, Drew being the one to pay. If Michael had been the one to pay, maybe.
Right. Yeah. But I thought they had the ADA look over the paperwork.
Right, but it's not definitive proof of anything because it's just a receipt from a Swiss bank account. It doesn't have anybody's names on it except Judge Heron's account number. So it could be proof that it could, because they said this could be Drew getting proof that somebody else did it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they don't know what it is yet enough to do that.
Makes sense.
I kind of wish we didn't know that it was Sidwell. I mean, it makes sense that it was Sidwell.
Right.
But I mean, if it's gonna be Willow that shot Drew, it would be really great if she had shot the judge too.
Yeah, which would be crazy to think about. Her going after the judge. I mean, would it end up being like a DID story with Willow because she's not normally that violent?
Yep.
But I mean, it would be a good twist to have her be the killer, killer of the judge, and then shoot Drew because she found out that Drew had paid off the judge, or Drew had Sidwell pay off the judge, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
I think that would be a fun twist. I almost thought that because of how the timeline's set up, I almost thought that Kai and Trina had gotten the wrong envelope and burned the evidence of the payoff.
That's what I had thought too, but then I remembered we saw what they burned. They, unlike many soap characters, they actually looked at what they had burned.
Right.
Many don't. They did.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
Yeah. All right. I have to jump off here and jump onto my phone. And you guys are going to get me in the car again because my daughter just messaged and said, I'm really, really sick. Can you please come pick me up from work right now?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to jump off here and put it on my phone, and you can riff for a minute. These kids, I swear, it never ends.
And in those 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know how to pick up some Suds and Squirt Circle merchandise. Ladies and gentlemen, Suds and Squirt Circle Media has its own threadless shop, and you can visit it by going to merch.suds-media.com. On our shop, you will find shirts with our new logo for Suds News, as well as the NWO takeoff for the Suds World Order merch in 3 different color logos. You can also find merch of our Suds and Squirt Circle Media logo itself, as well as Dockside at the Bay and much more. Go to merch.suds-media.com or scan the QR code on the screen. That's right, merch.suds-media.com, or the QR code that you can scan on your screen brings you to our threadless shop. Any merch you buy helps to support our network. All right, I'm back. And that's how you can pick up merchandise of Suds and Squirt Circle Media. Check it out, merch.suds-media.com. As you can see here, I am wearing the SWO in the red, like the NWO Wolfpack. That's what I'm wearing tonight. So check it out. You can be like us. You could also get some mugs as well. But either way, folks, pick up merchandise and it helps support us. If you don't want me to work a full-time job and keep every Monday at 8 for Suds News instead of changing around, please support us. No, I hate begging like that. But either way, I really do believe that this storyline is all-encompassing. And I like how they're kind of threading everything together between the Drew shooting, the judge's murder, the Monica's death now, kind of having the family in flux, or Drew's on the outside looking in. Basically, he's got a restraining order against everybody in the Quartermaine family, as well as the Morgan family and the Spencer family and everybody else, and the Corinthos. It's just insane how much it is. I did like how Danny took it upon himself to go to Drew and say, listen, Michelle, I completely agree with you. My heart goes out to all of the, all of the cast, because even Steve Burton said it on his podcast this week on Stone Cold and the Jack, or I'm sorry, That's Awesome with Stephen Bradford. He said that it's really difficult because you go to the celebration of life right when the person passes, which in this case, Leslie's was February or January or whatever it was. And now 9 months later, 8 months later, you're reliving all of that heartache, and all of those emotions come flooding back because now you're mourning their, which again is like mourning the actor all over again. So again, I agree. My heart goes out to all of the cast on General Hospital. And Kaiwan, you're right. You know, as a Susan Moore fan, he never liked Monica, but Monica was the last of the original second generation characters, which, after the first generation of the show in 72. So it makes sense. And I get that. Yep, I'm a Steve fan since the 70s. He was on YNR and GH, and he was also on Days last year as well. So that's how I got into Days, was when Steve Burton was on there. But as I was saying, I really like how Danny took it upon himself to go in to Drew's hospital room and bring up the fact that he was not served with the restraining order because he's underage and his father had to be the one served, and his father has been out of town, so he never actually got served. So he can theoretically still, do things, go pick up Scout, be around Scout, and not have to worry about anything because he wasn't technically served. And I like how Drew and Angela's joining from the car. And I like how Drew said, "Oh, look at you trying to get around the laws and the legalities and everything."
Yes, I'm in the car. Hi, guys.
Welcome back.
Yes.
I was just kind of going over how I enjoyed Danny going into Drew's hospital room and kind of putting it out there and being mature about it, and saying,
right.
I haven't gotten served because I'm underage. It has to go to my dad. My dad's been out of town. Realistically, I can, be around Scout, and there's nothing you can do about it. But I'm coming to you first, trying to see if you reconsider, because Scout needs her family. She wants to be around me and Rocco and whatever.
Right.
I thought that was fantastic.
It was, and it was very mature. And, the one thing I'm having a real issue with Drew, as far as this Danny thing goes, is that, he still has his Jason memories. He remembers thinking that kid was his son. He was a while.
Yeah.
So that kind of, that's like my biggest... all of the things that Drew's doing, my biggest issue is that.
Right. Agreed. Yeah. And Michelle, I don't know if the show, Michelle says Monica has a sister. We don't know if the show has actually confirmed that or not, because there's a couple rumors going around.
I know that the Daytime Confidential podcast said that the show once said that Monica has a sister. It didn't. It never said that. Years ago, she had a cousin come to town, and they said that was Monica's, and Monica herself said, this is my only, that at one point called her my only blood relative.
Okay.
So she had a cousin. It was not a sister.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, yeah.
So we'll see how that all shakes out. I'm excited to see Erica Slezak back on TV, back on back on ABC soap opera.
Oh yeah. I'm very.
I told my mother. I told her that Friday's her first air date, and she's like, "Okay, well, we got Erica Slezak. Now we need Susan Lucci to come back."
I know,
as
right?
Erica Kane.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. She needs to come and as Erica Kane and fight with Lucy, about deception and the cosmetic.
Oh, could you imagine Lynn Herring and Susan Lucci?
Yeah. Tracey,
Yes.
Jane, and Susan. Oh my God. Right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It'd be phenomenal.
All right,
Um,
Frank. Let's get it done.
well, I mean, did you guys see that they're going to start broadcasting classic? They're going to start broadcasting All My Children a few places overseas, and they're
Yes,
doing
I've
the
seen that.
classic episodes. And I really hope that that's a bellwether, meaning that they're going to. Because I've always said that if they were going to bring one of them back, it would be All My Children, and I
Yeah,
think I'm hoping that it's a bellwether that that's what they're going to do.
that would be
So
so great.
we'll
Because we
see.
need another ABC soap.
Oh God, yes. Yes, ABC absolutely needs another soap opera.
The funny part is I'm almost waiting for NBC to announce that Days is going back to NBC.
They won't because it performs so well for them on Peacock.
Wow, that's true. Peacock
They'd
needs all
rather
the help
have it
it
on
can.
Peacock. Exactly. It helped. Honestly, it does so well on Peacock. I think it's the number 2 show on Peacock
Yeah, between
overall. Yeah,
yeah between Days and WWE, Peacock would be nothing without
right.
those two entities.
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah.
um, all right, so moving on. Uh, so I put it out in the Twitterverse. I'm giving so many props to Nina for putting Willow in her place.
Oh, it
It
was
just
so
oh it was
about
great.
time. It
Yeah,
was
it
really
was.
time
It
for
was.
her to stop pussyfooting around with that little
Yep.
girl. Like enough is enough now.
Yep.
You know.
And I like how she pointed out, and Willow is defending Drew to no
Hmm.
end,
Yeah.
and just under this delusion that, I like how Nina told her, how is Drew going to get your kids back when he's the whole reason you lost them in the first place?
Right. Well, it was really funny to me when Willow threw it at Nina that she didn't raise them, as though Nina like deserted them
Yeah.
and hadn't been in a coma, and you know what I mean. I was just like, that's a weird thing to throw at her.
And
Okay.
it's funny. You almost forget that Nina was in a coma because I don't associate Cynthia Watros with the Nina being in the coma because it was Michelle Stafford that originated the role.
Yeah.
I almost forgot that she was in the coma.
Maybe it's because I'm a Carly fan, but I can attribute everything to the character, no matter who the actor is playing it.
And I get that. I completely
So,
understand that. Michelle,
as
I
a
have to
Carly fan,
disagree
would
with you.
had to.
Yeah, you have to,
Yeah.
remember everything from all 4 actors that played the character.
Yeah. Willow,
Michelle, I'm
I
sorry.
disagree as well.
Yeah, I disagree. Willow does not need to go off the show. They need a good psycho villain, and Willow is playing it great right now.
Exactly in that age group.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
exactly.
is the most interesting Willow has literally ever been. Why
Yes.
in God's name would we want to get rid of her?
Yeah, exactly. Yep, you're
That's
exactly right.
craziness. I don't, and Michelle, don't take this as an attack on you, because it's not. It's an attack on everybody. I'm not like singling you out, but I don't understand people who are fans of soaps that only want good guys. And it's the
Right.
people who are crying to get rid of Drew because he's so bad. And I'm just like, I mean, I hate Sonny and I want Sonny off the show, but it has nothing to do with him being a villain and everything to do with him just being ass
Right.
and played out. It has nothing to do with him being a villain. I love a villain. I think Drew and Willow are the most interesting they have ever been, and I am including all of Drew, not
Yes.
just Cameron's. I think this Drew is more interesting of a character than Billy's Drew was. I'm
I
not
agree.
talking about the acting. I'm not bashing his acting. I'm not bashing him. I'm saying the character development, the the characterization of Drew is the most
Yes.
interesting it's ever been, in my opinion.
Agreed. And Daisy, welcome to the chat, and thank you for subscribing. I saw that you subscribed to our YouTube channel earlier today. She says, I hope that Carly doesn't speak at Monica's funeral. I highly doubt it, considering Monica and Carly were never huge fans of each other.
That's not true. Monica and Carly made peace before Monica and Jason got married.
You mean before Carly and Jason got married?
Technically made before Carly and Jason got married. I mean, they technically made peace before that. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm on the highway and it's loud now. They had technically made peace before that. They weren't like constantly sniping at each other. But when Monica and Carly, Monica, they buried the hatchet before Jason and Carly got married. And at the wedding, Monica was so happy for them and actually encouraged them to skip out on their reception and go start their honeymoon early.
Right.
And hugged Carly.
Yeah.
So the whole, I mean, I don't care if Carly speaks at her funeral, but I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with her speaking at her funeral because they very, very deeply love the same people.
Right.
You know what I mean? They very deeply had the love for Jason and the love for Michael.
So Chad points out, Kayla McMullen has been bringing that delusional bitch energy, and she's got us all talking about Willow. I even agree about Cameron Matheson as Drew. He's got us talking, and that's what it boils down to. And again, there's not an attack on any specific person because everybody's entitled to their own opinion about who's good, who's bad, who they like, who they're a fan of, who they're not a fan of. I get that. I'm all for it. I'm all for the discourse and the chatter. But Chad says they bring the views, and that's what it boils down to.
Exactly.
If you can watch a show every single day and be just 100% happy, but you're not talking about it, then what's really going on? There has to be that kind of discourse. Whether it's me and Angela, whether it's 10th Floor, Pier 54, James Lott Jr., or any of these, any of the other soap podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
If everything is hunky dory and everything is just vanilla, plain, happy-go-lucky, we have nothing to talk about.
Well, I mean, soap operas were never intended to be full of characters that everybody loved and adored and were, nominees for sainthood. That was never soap operas. Ever, ever. And, once again, as I always tell people, if you don't like something, don't talk about it at all. Because if you're talking about it, even if you're saying you hate it and it's the worst and it kills unicorns and baby kittens every time it's on screen, the show goes, so this is a winner.
Yep.
They're talking about it.
I'm reminded of a scene in the Howard Stern movie Private Parts, where they're looking over the ratings. And they're trying to figure out why he's getting such high ratings, and they ask the person, they're talking about the focus groups or whatever, and they bring up, for the people that are fans, why are they listening all the time? To hear what he says next, and for all the detractors, to hear what he says next.
Exactly.
All PR is bad, even bad PR or bad.
Exactly.
It's all good PR.
Well, that's the saying, is that there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Right.
And, I mean, it's not entirely true, but unless their, characters are given the Nazi salute and reciting Mein Kampf, you know what I mean? There's really no bad publicity.
Right.
As far as what's happening on the show like that.
Exactly.
As far as soapy villain stuff, and that's what people are talking about. And that's why Soap Opera Digest keeps talking to Cameron Matheson.
Yep.
Because that's the story people are talking about. And even though they get so many hateful, people tweeting under the article about how much they hate it and hate Drew and hate the story, they know those people are reading the article.
Yes,
to
exactly.
find something to bitch about. And that's all they care about.
Daisy says, I am a Carly fan, and I know they made peace, but I don't want to hear social media whine about it. Here's the
Oh,
deal.
see,
I
that's why
want
I
social
want it.
media to whine about it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I want it. I want the haters to gnash their teeth and rend their garments and throw themselves dramatically on their face.
And clutch their
What I
pearls.
want.
Yeah.
Main reason I want Carly to sleep. Exactly. Clutch those pearls, babies. Yeah.
That's the thing
Every time
is
Carly goes to the mansion and they bitch and complain, I laugh.
you have to take social media with a grain of salt. Here's the thing. When I'm looking at Twitter, Facebook is a whole different animal. There's a lot of garbage on Facebook. I try not to go with the people putting up fake spoilers just to put up fake spoilers, and all the people from overseas that are trying to scam people. That's garbage. On Twitter, yes, it could be a very toxic place, and multiple people have gotten off of Twitter because of that, and because of the toxicity of the soap Twitter, the IWC, or whatever you want to say. The biggest thing is if you look at it as just, let's say, water cooler talk, like a former term back in the 90s, and people are expressing their displeasure, expressing their pleasure, or voicing their opinions, right? And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people on there that can't express their opinions without name calling, without bashing, without bullying. Those people just need to go pound sand. But if you're just complaining on there because you don't like it, you just gotta revel in the fact that people are talking about it. And the hashtag, even the hashtag fire Frank, which I'm sorry, Frank is not getting fired anytime. I always put hashtag thank Frank.
They're accompanying it with, today I saw a few people, and I've seen this before, but today I saw a few people with their fire Frank, fire Varney. I'm like, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I'm going to mute for just a second because my daughter just got in the car. So you guys continue the chat.
Okay. So right now, I just feel that the people online that are going to be doing the most complaining are the ones I want to see melting down. I can't help it. I do it with wrestling too, and because that's what brings in the views. For everybody that says, "Oh, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to boycott. I'm not going to watch General Hospital anymore because of X, Y, or Z." The next day, they're still going to be tweeting about General Hospital. They're still going to be using the hashtag Fire Frank. They're still going to be saying, get rid of Drew or kill Drew or whatever, because of that fact. It brings the views. It brings the stories. Okay, so let's move on. Before we move on, another, like I said, there's a lot of people in not only Soap Twitter, but the IWC, which is the internet wrestling community, for those of you who don't know, that are vocal online. But if you do support the WWE and you do want to support us, we are an official affiliate of WWE Shop. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you help support us while also buying merchandise from your favorite WWE superstar. Ladies and gentlemen, Suds and Squared Circle Media is an official affiliate of WWE Shop. If you want to buy stuff for the new AAA Mega Champion and WWE Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio, or the classic Stone Cold Steve Austin with his Austin 316 merchandise, or merch for Raw is War, SmackDown, or any other WWE show, just go to wrestlingmerch.suds-media.com or scan the QR code for our affiliate link. You can either go to wrestlingmerch.suds-media.com or scan the QR code on the screen, and you'll be taken to WWE Shop using our affiliate link. And anything you buy using our affiliate link, we earn commission. All right. So help us out. If you are a WWE fan and want to buy WWE merchandise, use that wrestlingmerch.suds-media.com. Daisy, you said Drew is like the JR of GH. I'm assuming you mean JR Ewing from
Yeah.
Dynasty.
Dallas, you were so
Dallas.
close. Guys, he hasn't seen Jurassic Park, so you really got to give him a pass on things. I found the list I was making today when I was going through some papers. I found the list I've been making of the movies you haven't seen.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Drew is like the JR of GH, and you're right. You know, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's throwing his money and his power around, even though we know he didn't pay off the judge, but it still makes it look like it. And I like how he's getting his comeuppance. He got shot in the back twice, and he's still an asshole.
Oh yeah, but that was JR too.
Because I know
JR
they did
didn't
the whole
change his
two-shot
ways.
JR angle.
Yes. Bradford and Steve were actually talking about on their podcast that it was very much like a
Yes,
shot
you're right.
JR thing.
You did say that.
Yep. So yeah.
So I'm anxious to see where it goes. I hope that it's somebody who's a main part player.
Yes.
But again, it could be Jacinda. It could be Stella. It could be anybody out there. Drew has a lot of enemies right now.
It could be Ezra. It could be, it really could be a million, but that's also fun. It's awesome that there are so many options because we have not had a good whodunit in a while, although we had plenty of, chances.
Yes.
They haven't pulled the trigger when they should have.
Yeah.
And I'm not counting the hook killer because, of course, a serial killer is going to be, nobody's going to know who that is.
Right.
But,
yeah. And you're right, Bob. It could be somebody that was paid. And what if it comes? What if we find out that Drew paid somebody to shoot him? That would be right up his alley.
Right.
Especially if he could blame it on Michael.
Right. Exactly.
So there's a lot of stuff going on. So Daisy says it should be Willow. Willow needs a breakdown and go to Shady Brook. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, what's something I find very funny on this? One thing that's really funny about this show, because if Willow has a breakdown, she will go to Ferncliff or Roselawn or Shady Brook because that's where the women go. But how many breakdowns has Sunny had?
Right.
Never once been locked up in one of those places. Never once.
You're right.
The man never, except for Ryan, who was an absolute psychopath.
Yep.
The men don't get institutionalized for their breakdowns.
Luke did. Luke was in Ferncliff, I think. Yeah.
Well, that's Tony. Tony wanted to play stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. But I mean, Sonny should have been in that place. He should have his own wing.
You're right.
Good Lord.
You are right.
But yeah.
Chad says the list of suspects is long, and that's what I'm loving. We really don't know who it is and so many motives. And the Michael angle makes me think he possibly had someone in on it. It could be.
Yeah.
But there's a lot going on. And I'm enjoying the fact that I can't figure it out. I like the suspense of it. And Kaiwan brings up a good point. I think what it is that Sonny's rich enough that if he's in the mob, he can't go in a mental institution because everybody thinks it's crazy. And that's what it is.
Everybody already knows that his mob enemies know that he has bipolar. They've brought it up.
Yeah.
More than one of them have brought it up, and more than one of them have taken advantage of his breakdowns and stuff like that. So no, it's not that. It's that, women get the vapors and need to go to the seashore.
Yeah. Susan asked, do you know why Willow was entering the kitchen door and then Chase saw her? She used the excuse that Scout forgot her water bottle, I think it was. And I think she was just coming to start trouble with Michael.
Yeah, I mean, if she's the shooter, there's been a lot of speculation that she went in there to try to plant the gun.
That's right. Yes.
But we had talked about this in our Zoom this weekend because I was like, but, Michael lives at the gatehouse, but somebody said they thought that he was living up at the big house now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
If he's living up at the big house, then, it would make sense that she went there to try to plant the gun. But even if he was living at the gatehouse, she could plant the gun in the big house.
Of
It's
course.
not like he doesn't have access to it.
Right. Of course.
Yep. So, yeah. I guess we'll see if they find the gun on Quartermaine property, or, I mean, she didn't really have a chance to because Chase caught her, but, we'll see.
Well, speaking of Chase, we did get to see another one of the PCPD's finest, or former PCPD's finest, come back to Port Charles after being dead, and that is Nathan West, who was brought in after a car accident on Friday, and today the fingerprints confirmed that it was Nathan West.
He is Nathan, yes. I never really cared about Nathan one way or another. Him and Maxie were cute, but I'm really looking forward to Nathan and James. Because James never met his father. Nathan and who?
Liesl. Obrecht.
Yes. Yep.
Poor Obrecht. I feel so bad for her.
I know, right?
Like, she mourned both of her kids, and now they're both back because they faked their death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just another knife to the gut from Faison beyond the grave.
Right. Exactly.
And who knows? Maybe he's not dead either.
I know, right? It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
know that Anders Hove has no urge to come back. I mean, it's always possible they talked him into it. But it would be really funny if they got Ian Buchanan to come on to play him, and he's not just wearing the mask. He had surgery to alter his appearance to look like Duke.
That would be funny.
To haunt Anna completely.
Yep.
But I am looking forward to Liesl. I think it'll be real sweet with Nina too, because remember, her and Nathan were raised as siblings.
Yep.
I don't know that Britt is going to be surprised.
Agreed.
But we'll see. But I'm really, and I think, Dante, because him and Nathan were very close.
Yep.
But I'm really looking forward to James because Maxie was pregnant with James.
Yes.
James never met his father, and Nathan never met his son.
Right.
So, and the actor said that he's been working a lot with Gary James Fuller, so the kid who plays James. So,
well, that's good. I'm glad. So it remains to be seen. And you brought up Britt. Britt got a mysterious package today during the episode, basically saying, "Don't forget to take your medication." C. Meaning C, obviously the first initial of whoever she's working for.
Yes. And it could be Cesar Faison, but I can't remember. Did she call him Cesar or did she call him Dad? Or Father?
I can't remember.
I'll have to go back and look at what she called him, because I really can't remember.
So Aisha brings it up, and welcome Aisha to the chat. She says, faking Britt's death the way it went down took elaborate planning. Did she just fake getting hooked, or did she fake the whole attack? No, she said that the hooking was real, and she had gotten an offer to go out of, to fake her death.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that she got that miracle drug that slows down your heart rate to a crawl to keep you alive, but fake your death, kind of like AJ had, and numerous other soap characters. So I think that's what happened. She was nursed back to health from the poison, yada, 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 yada.
Right.
But, you know, we'll see how it plays out, if there's any more explanation given.
I'm sure there will be. I mean, at some point, they're going to have to really, you know, but we'll know more when we find out who she's working, you know, who it was that.
Oh,
You know.
Steve brings up another good point. Maybe C is Cyrus Renault.
Oh, possibly. But his stuff was never on that level.
Right.
You know, of like international, but he could be working with somebody else. I mean, this could still be WSB somehow involved.
You're right. Yeah.
You know, the C could also be Colette.
Yeah. Could be Colette.
Because she was the double agent involved with it.
You're right, Chad. Chad says, I believe if my memory is correct, she called him father.
That's what I thought. So it doesn't really make sense that he'd sign it C.
Right.
But you never know, maybe. But it could be Colette.
Yeah.
Because she's a double agent, and you know.
Yeah, Steve, he did drug Sasha with designer drugs, but it wasn't international designer drug. It wasn't like international terrorism or whatever.
Exactly. So, he was like a local thug.
Right.
You know, he was like Sonny. It wasn't international stuff.
Right. So, exactly. And you're right, Daisy. Colette is in prison, but at the same time, who knows? She might have people working on the outside. So I'm happy. And you know what? For a moment, I looked to see, and I'm like, oh, the C is for Charles Shaughnessy. But then I remembered, no, that's Victor Cassadine.
That's his real name, right?
Yeah.
Well, Cassadine.
Maybe C is for Cassadine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's a lot of different directions they can go with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm excited. Because, again, it may be a new character. It may be a returning character. Maybe it's Valentine. You know, again, Cassadine.
Yeah.
So, again, it remains to be seen. I'm excited, you know, for it. Another thing I'm excited for is Gio and Emma.
Very much so. They're freaking adorable. Yes. I'm going to hop off again for a second because I'm home. I'll be back.
Okay. And while you hop off, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you're having some problems in the bedroom, I know just the person for you to call for help with those problems. Are you having problems in the bedroom? Are you having problems with your sex life? Well, I know just who to talk to, and that's Lori. CoachingByLori.com is where you could set up voice, video, or text sessions to talk about sex, to talk about intimacy, kinks, fetishes, taboos, fantasies, or your sexuality. You could talk about coming out and what to expect when you come out. Lori is a sex therapist and talks about your sexual health. Lori's offering all new clients 20% off their first session with the coupon code WELCOME. That's Coaching by Lori, LORIE.com. Coupon code WELCOME, WELCOME, for 20% off your first session. All right, and if you need, if you do need someone to talk to for a sex coach or anything like that, or just struggling in general, talk to Lori. CoachingByLori.com, LORIE. Use promo code WELCOME for 20% off your first session. All right, so Daisy says those are two characters I'm lukewarm on. Which two characters? Emma and Gio. I like that they're kind of bringing those two together. I like kind of like how Outback got out, and can I just say the scenes with Cody and Outback, and Cody's like, "Oh, you better hide, it's the law," and he runs away, probably because of how Dalton had trained him or trained her, I should say, on how to run away. That was hilarious. Brooklyn coming in and seeing them, you know, so much so much of it was like comic relief, but at the same time, it got the point across of Gio and Emma with their first kiss. I am enjoying that, that coupling. I know they're lukewarm because they're just not in a major story right now, but eventually I have a feeling that Jocelyn and Emma are going to end up on some type of collision course, and it's going to include Dalton. Since Jocelyn is getting back into college, getting back into the school as an undercover. And I know that obviously Dalton is up to no good. So let's just see where it goes. And I'm enjoying it. Daisy says Emma annoys her. I don't know. I guess, that's your opinion and you're entitled to it. And certain people annoy me. Like, to be honest with you, Anna annoys me. I cannot stand the character of Anna Devane. I just can't. As a spy, as a secret agent or other, she has no poker face at all. I can't. I can't do it. But whatever. It is what it is, and I appreciate you being honest with who you like and don't like. Everybody has that right. But I will say that seeing Gio and Emma together and they're kissing today, and the way that who was it, Brooklyn, I think, that came in and interrupted them and said, why are they painting Joss as a sex addict? I don't think they're painting Jocelyn as a sex addict. I think it's more along the lines that she's a young girl, a 20-something young girl, and she enjoys having sex with her, significant other at the time, whether it's Dex or Vaughn. And welcome back, Angela.
Hello.
So we were just talking about Gio and Emma and how, I happened to laugh at the scene with Cody and Outback where he says, "You better hide, it's the law," and Outback goes running into the stable, as if she was trained that way by Dalton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Brooklyn comes in and interrupts them, their first kiss.
Yeah. It was really cute. I like how the dog was laying between them and then was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." And all I can think about with the dog between them is the people who have said the dog has really bad gas. Because how much would that have sucked?
Yes.
These are the things I think about, in case you're wondering.
So Bob had said, why are they painting Joss as a sex addict? I don't think it's a sex addict.
She's had 3 people, and they're not painting Joss as a sex addict. That's no. Maybe they're showing that's how she deals with trauma and having trauma sex with whether it's Dex or Vaughn or whomever. I don't think it's an addiction though. Yeah, it's not a sex addiction. She's not like slutting around and having sex with a lot of different men always. That's Bob. Sorry, that's silly. That's silly. She's not. And
damn it, we just did the coaching by Lori ad, so I could have had a better.
Yeah, right. I could have had a
better segue, but either way, Chad says Outback and Cody were so sweet and funny, but yeah. With that said, I'm going to get going. Thank you, Chad, for coming in. You're always welcome to come into the chat. You're a great fan of ours. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming in. We have 171 people currently watching right now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. We're at 254 subscriptions on YouTube. So go ahead and if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to our YouTube. And you can just go to suds-media.com because it brings you directly to our YouTube channel. So hit that subscribe button. We're on the march to 500. 500 is when you get monetized. So that's what we're going for. So Susan says, Joss doesn't need to call Lori. You're right. She doesn't. She's kind of comfortable in her sexual prowess and her sex life. So
Good for her.
Yes. So Kaiwan says, I think what they can do is if they can make Monica related to Heather Weber and Susan Moore some way, they can make Jason a blood relative of Monica. I don't know if they're going to necessarily rewrite all of that.
Yeah, and I don't want them to. Without Monica here to play it out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's my thing. It's not the same story she had with Dex. And stop. It's a different story completely. It is. Yeah, and the thing is that there's lots of forbidden loves on soap operas. That's a soap opera trope.
Yes.
So no.
Joss and Dex they started having feeling towards each other because she saw Dex was kind of just the hired hand for Sonny, but actually had a heart. And she got to know him. With Vaughn, they're working together. He's her handler in the WSB. They've been in some very high intense situations recently, and that tends to be a turnoff for Joss. What could I say? You can't kink shame someone, and that could be her case.
Right. Don't hit the player.
So, it's not a recycled storyline. It's just she's a very sexual person.
Who among us hasn't, been working as a spy in a luxury resort in Croatia? I mean, seriously, which of us can throw that rock from our glass whorehouse?
Right, exactly. But yeah, so we have to, as soon as, so Daisy says Sam was attracted to danger, which is why originally she started going out with Jason.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sam fell in love with Sonny. It was with Jax and then hooked up with Sonny and fell in love with Sonny. And then Sonny wanted to get back together with Carly. And Sam found out she was pregnant. And Jason changed the results of the paternity test to say that the baby was his without anybody's permission and basically forced her into going along with this, forced Sonny into going along with it because Carly and Michael wanted a family with Sonny and he wanted Carly and Michael happy. He hated Sam and she hated him and she was in love with Sonny and he said that he was the father of the baby and then they got close that way.
Okay.
She fell out of love with Sonny and into love with Jason. She hasn't been dead for over a year. Monica just died the other day. Leslie died in January.
Right. So, and then Daisy says, I mean, Monica and Elizabeth have slept with more men than Joss, more people than Joss. So, it is what it is.
And by Joss's age, Maxie had already slept with way more people.
Wow. That I did not know.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. I like the conversation today. And by the way, Chris, first time putting in commenting chat in the chat room. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat room. Feel free to keep chatting because we like to have the chats going. And before I forget, I do want to remind everybody, keep it in your calendars. Saturday, November 8th until Sunday, November 9th, from 3 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be doing our second annual 24-hour podcast-a-thon to support Samantha's friends. So, I did mention this. What was that? Oh, I know.
Tired of thinking about it, yes.
So I did announce this on Dockside at the Bay this past Thursday. So again, if you're not watching that and you want to get into the Bay, every Thursday at 12 noon, Dockside at the Bay is released on YouTube, and then usually about 1 o'clock or 1:30 on the RSS feed. I did announce this on Dockside at the Bay. Last year, we collected $350 for Samantha's friends. I want to double that this year. I am setting our goal at $700 to hopefully we can surpass it. But here's what I'm going to do. Starting on October 9th of this year, we are going to raise money for 1 full month for Samantha's friends. From October 9th to November 9th, we're going to have the links up for you to donate money to Samantha's friends, culminating in the podcast-a-thon. And hopefully by November 9th, after a month, we'll have $700 to donate to Samantha's friends. We are working on the schedule now. We're working with a lot of the people I met at Samantha's friends to come on the podcast-a-thon. And we've gotten a number of confirmations. We're just working on scheduling and all that kind of stuff. So keep that in mind. Saturday, November 8th to Sunday, November 8th to Sunday, November 9th, 3 p.m. Eastern to 3 p.m. Eastern will be our second annual 24-hour podcast-a-thon to raise money for Samantha's friends. All right. So, again, keep that in mind. And again, remember, we're going to be back this coming Sunday night on September 28th for Suds News on a Shady Sunday episode because I have to work Monday night. So, all right. So with that said, let's take a look and keep going. As a matter of fact, are you all set to get into the DeLorean?
I am.
All right, then we're going to hop into our DeLorean.
We're sending you back to the future.
We're going to get to our Today in General Hospital History. And with that said, I'm going to turn it over to Professor Angela.
Okay. So we're going back to September 15th. And we start in 1998, where Lucky and Elizabeth kissed for the first time. In 2000, Carly announced that she could not go through with marrying Sonny. And he wanted her to marry him. It was their first marriage because she was going to have to testify against him. And Jason bet her $20 that her and Sonny would be happy and promised her that if not, he would come to Port Charles and take her and Michael away. And she took the bet. In 2014, Maxie and Nathan shared their first kiss. And in 2017, Franco wondered why Jason Morgan was in his childhood picture. September 16th, 1994, Lois jumped out of Catherine's birthday cake. And that's when everybody found out that Ned had another wife. In 2002, Sonny and Brenda came face to face at the church. September 17th, 1981, Luke threatened Mikos' guards with explosives during our big, Ice Princess story. In 2000, Brenda was devastated when 2002, Brenda was devastated when Sonny was shot and killed in front of her at the church. 2007, Patrick was upset when he saw Robin with Jason. 2014, Helena took Lulu's embryo from Crichton Clark just as it blew up. In 2021, the limo blew up at Jason and Carly's wedding, and he told her it was his wedding present for her. To kill the bad guys.
Yep.
September 18th, 1981, Mikos died after falling into his own freezing chamber. 1992, Vanessa Marcel debuted as Brenda Barrett. 2007, Brandon Barash debuted as Johnny Zakara, and he should come back.
Yes, we need him back.
Yes. Johnny was shocked to see Connie had returned, and in 2019, Elizabeth had Franco committed. September 19th. In 1997, Brenda walked down the aisle at the church, confident that Sonny would be there. In 2002, Sonny's fake funeral was held. 2008, Liesl Cicero debuted as Olivia Falconeri, and in 2012, Kelly Tebow debuted as Britt. September 20th, In 2018, Carly convinced Brad and Lucas to reach out to Wiley's birth mom. And in 2022, Brando passed away from complications from the hook attack.
Yeah. That was sad.
It was. September 21st, Luke saved Port Charles and the world when he figured out the password to stop the Cassadine weather machine. In 1988, Monica made love to the tennis pro Ward, unaware that he was really her nephew by marriage, Ned.
Yes.
In 2004, Courtney kissed Jason in front of Sam and Jax. In 2018, Margot revealed that the body found in the basement of Charlie's was her father.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021, it was a dark, dark day. Carly and Jason were shocked when their wedding night was interrupted by Sonny walking in alive and well.
Yep.
2022, Portia revealed that the hook had been laced with a toxin. September 22nd, so we reached today, 1997. Sonny left Brenda at the altar. It started her mental decline. Well, I mean, she had all been batshit crazy, but whatever. In 2005, an increasingly unhinged Carly ran in front of Jax's car, causing him to crash. And that led to the miscarriage of the child, because Liz was in the car with him. Liz was a surrogate for Jax and Courtney, and she lost the baby. 2011, Jason and Sam got married. Also in 2011, Dante proposed to Lulu. In 2017, Franco learned that Jason had a twin.
Yep.
And in 2021, Sonny was reunited with his family. Yeah. And that was your history lesson for today.
All right. So that was our today in general hospital history. So
Yes.
After hearing that, I really have to say, poor Elizabeth. She's been in the passenger of more car crashes meant for somebody else than anybody else that on canvas. Being in the car with Rick when Christina is targeting Ava, but also that history lesson you just gave us, being in the car with Jax to cause the miscarriage.
Yeah. And Jake was hit by a car and killed, allegedly.
I remember that. Yes.
And there was another car accident too. At least one other one. It's a soap opera. What are you going to do?
Of course.
Bob, we'll get to your comment, Bob. We haven't gotten there yet. We'll get to the whole Jason, Carly, Britt things.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we'll get to that right now. So Jason allows Britt to stay, or brings Britt to a room above Bobby's.
I want to go back before that.
Okay.
When Jason got back and went to Sonny's and Carly was there.
Yep.
And she was very hurt that he had kept something from her. And he wasn't too happy when she said that Jack was her alibi.
Yeah.
He gave her the stink eye and then rolled his eyes and said, when she said Jack was her alibi. And then, him and Sonny with watching her hug, Brick as she's leaving. Mm-hmm. And then Jason steps in front of her because he wasn't going to let her go when she was upset with him. He wanted his own hug.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he runs into Britt.
Mm-hmm. And
then freaking Britt, when she woke up the next morning.
Yeah.
Bitching and complaining.
Yeah.
He could have put me up at the Cosmopolitan. He could have put me up at the Metro Court or a guest room at the Quartermaines, but no. I'm like, bitch.
Talk about ungrateful.
Right? Your ass could have been sleeping on that bench on the docks.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you're going to insult Bobby's? It's an institution in Port Charles.
Yeah.
And downstairs, Carly and Jason are talking. And, when she tells him no more secrets, and if you find out something about my kids, you have to tell me. And the man looked like he ate a bug because he knows this is not going to go well.
Yeah.
And so two Bobs, they haven't said who owns the Cosmopolitan. It's just like the other hotel for the people that Carly hates.
Yeah.
Or that hate Carly. So on to Bob's comment about how it's two different situations. But people think Carly will be mad he kept Joss WSB a secret, but Jason kept Jake a secret, and Carly wasn't that mad. Carly was hurt that he kept Jake a secret. And, he told her that he did it because he knew that she wouldn't let him walk away from being a father to his child.
Mm-hmm.
And he was right. There's no way she would. But she was hurt. But with this, she's going to be mad as well. But more than that, she's going to be hurt.
Yes.
Because this is something that, the Jake thing, that was her best friend not telling her a very important thing about his life.
Right.
The Joss thing, that's her child.
Yes.
And her boyfriend is lying to, there's a whole lot of reasons Carly should know this.
Exactly.
And did anybody else get the feeling that she's going to find out something from Britt?
Yes. Yep.
I think that Britt's either going to be the one to reveal that Joss is an agent or be the one to reveal that Jason knew. Because I'm not sure Carly's going to find out both of those at the same time.
I have a feel, because Britt's gonna come out. I have a feeling to say, "Oh, I saved Jocelyn twice now," because
I don't think it'll be that.
Well, to put her out saying that she's WSB.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be because when Carly the other day said that Britt was like, "Why are you so threatened by me?" and Carly laughed, and she's like, "I'm not. You can't touch." And she was talking about how her and Jason had trust, and Britt was like, "Oh yeah, right."
Oh
yeah. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be like, "Well, he didn't tell you this, but I know."
Yep.
Makes
sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Aisha points out Liz was also in a car crash with Siobhan. So
yep. Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Daisy says Joss and Carly are going to have conflict. Oh, yes.
Joss and Carly are going to have conflict, but her bigger things, they're setting this up that Carly's going to have the big reaction. You know what I mean? She's going to have an issue with Jason. She's going to have an issue with Brennan. She's going to have an issue with Anna.
Yep.
She's going to be the one that gets the big reaction to everything.
Of course.
I have a feeling that November is going to be very Carly focused.
Yes.
One, it's sweeps, and this is going to come out. And two, it's also Laura Wright's 20th anniversary as Carly.
Right. Yeah.
So, Carly is going to have to accept it, and she will. Carly will, because at the end of the day, Yeah, but Carly running into Vaughn at Jack's office wouldn't tell her that Joss was an agent.
Right, exactly.
It would tell her that Vaughn was one. You know. So I think there's a possibility that Joss could get hurt or something. So
and another Daisy, welcome to the chat, says, could it be Isaiah who shot Drew to get Drew out of the way for Portia? Goodness knows they're not using him for anything else, and he might have missed because he struggled with his oath. I don't know. That's a good twist, but
wasn't Isaiah knee deep in Portia while Drew was getting shot?
Yes, they were in bed. Exactly. Yeah. So he has an alibi. At least we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. It could be many people, but Isaiah and Portia were in bed together while Drew was shot.
Yes. So, exactly. All right. So I just had it with me and I totally lost my train of thought on it. Oh, yes. I'm going to go ahead. we're going to go into our What the Fudge moment of the week. And Lucas walking in on Ava and Christina talking about Rick, Rick being held. Yeah. And the way that he's like, so you guys are talking now, and there's no bloodshed. And I like how Christina kind of used it as an opportunity to say, I'm going to take Avery to, to the ballet or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And it was like, just this once.
Yeah.
Yep. I loved it. I love that scene. Just putting them in an awkward situation and Christina making it even worse.
Yes.
I
agree, Daisy Flower. I don't think the WSB stuff is going anywhere.
No.
I think Joss will stay WSB.
And I like it. I like the character transformation.
I love it too. So, and I especially love when the things I love are hated by the haters.
Yes. That
just makes it all the more delicious for me.
Oh, exactly. Trust me, I'm like that with wrestling as well. So when I like something and people hate it, I love it. So with the Ava and Christina scene and Lucas scene, I enjoy how it is. And then Lucas comes back and tells Ava that Britt Westbourne is alive and came right into the hospital.
Surprise!
Yeah. I thought the look on Lucas's face seeing Christina and Ava was priceless.
Oh, it
just
really
kind of
was.
like, oh, what did I walk into?
Yeah. Van Hansis is great.
Oh yeah.
I love him a lot. Yeah. And everybody's surprised at seeing Britt. Go ahead.
So. Yeah. Could we see Brad back? Because, I feel like
not just we will see Brad back.
Oh, we will. Okay.
Yeah.
Perry Shen is great, and I'm glad that he's coming back
sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Too. So.
Yeah. I feel like it was kind of a jump for Lucas to say, oh, and if Brad had anything to do with it. How much has he had to do with it? I think it was a stretch because Brad has never done anything like fake somebody's death.
I know, but Brad, you have to remember, Brad hid the fact that their newborn child had died of SIDS and replaced the baby. Right. You know what I mean? If somebody can do that, really, is there anything?
Yeah. Is there anything that he wouldn't do? You're right.
Yeah.
And folks, the What the Fudge.
Yeah, go ahead.
And folks, the What the Fudge moment of the week is brought to you by What the Fudge Homemade Confections. If you're in the New Haven, Connecticut area and you're in the mood for some really fantastic fudge, go ahead and go to whatthefudgect.com or facebook.com/whatthefudgect. You could put it in order. If you're traveling through New Haven and you want to do a meetup easily, just go ahead and check it out. Fantastic flavors. Her chocolate lemon fudge has won first prize at the North Haven Fair this year. Her pumpkin spice fudge is really good, and she just did a Rocky Road fudge this past week that she's testing out for other people. So again, check it out. What the Fudge Homemade Confections in New Haven, Connecticut. That's whatthefudgect.com or facebook.com/whatthefudgect.
I highly recommend, and I'm not your child. So
we will go ahead and I'm going to get you some fudge for definitely for the holidays. So Bob says this, and he says, do you think Jason's return has been good? I heard people not like it. Well,
people don't like everything. There's always people who don't like everything.
Yeah.
I mean, there's things I've absolutely loved about his return. And then there's things that haven't been great, but I also know that they were going through a whole lot of writing changes.
Yes.
There were a whole lot of things that, got delayed and got changed because of all of the writing they had 2 head writing turnovers in his return. And head writers had just taken over when, so yeah, I think it's been fine. There are things that I've absolutely loved. Oh God.
Yep.
There goes the neighborhood. Matt's here. I mean, obviously his stuff with Carly, especially when he first returned, was amazing. But
Yes.
I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, there's always, no matter what it is, there are going to be people who like it, people who hate it. That's it. It could
Exactly.
It could be a kitten surrounded by bubbles and lollipops, and there are going to be people who are like, "Yeah, fuck that cat."
So Daisy Flower brings up a rumor that has been going around for a while. Is Victoria Conefal heading to GH? She would make a great Lila Ray. And Victoria Conefal is the one that plays.
She was Sierra. I don't think she's coming to GH. I haven't heard anything about that, and a set source that would definitely know that if somebody new was coming on, because they're one of the first people that they meet with.
Yeah.
When they were asked if Victoria Conefal was coming on, they were genuinely confused and went, "Who is that?" So I'd be very surprised. I mean, again, that was at this point, probably 4 to 6 weeks ago, but the rumor's been around for that long. I don't think she'd be a good Lila Ray. I think she's too old to be Lila Ray, because Lila Ray, I think, would be more in the Joss age range.
Right. That's why the rumor was that Blaze could have been Lila Ray.
Yeah. And even she was, I guess not really. She wasn't like really old. But yeah, I don't think if she came, I don't think that she would be Lila Ray. I don't think she'd be Sasha either, because there were people that thought she was going to be a recast Sasha. And that also doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, weird things have happened, but who knows? Because there's a lot of things that happen, and, it could just be something where it may happen down the road. I mean, we also saw weeks ago that Stacey Haiduk had followed, Frank Valentini on Instagram, and as of right now, there's no stuff of her coming into GH. So,
Jeannie, are you talking about Daisy? Are you talking about Gina Toganini? Is that how you say her name? I can't remember if that's how you say it.
I heard. Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about her coming. Have you?
I've heard rumors or people saying she would be a good recast of someone.
People always say she'd be a good recast of Carly, but that's not happening.
Yeah, it was a younger girl. Kelly Kramer was a little older.
She's the age range of Carly.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure
about her coming on.
They were saying she might be a good recast Sky, since Robin Christopher hasn't been acting or retired from acting or something. That's what the rumor was. Or
that would be age. It should be age appropriate for that. But I haven't heard anything. I haven't even heard rumors that she was coming on. I've heard people say that she'd be a good recast Carly because they hate Laura Wright, and she was once on the short list for Carly, but
not gonna happen, folks. All right, let's see. Anything else that we missed?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Either way, this week is going to be a very emotional week. So one other thing, Daisy says, people hate Joss and Vaughn. Are they bringing on a new guy? I like them.
They're not.
I like Joss and Vaughn.
I think John is her guy, and again, people hate everything and like everything. I like Joss and Vaughn. You like Joss and Vaughn. So, obviously, not everybody hates Joss and Vaughn. You got to remember that the haters are loud.
Yep.
But that doesn't make them the majority.
No, they are the vocal minority.
And they don't put it up for a vote anyway. General Hospital doesn't put it up for a vote anyway. So
right, exactly. But folks, I think we've kind of covered just about everything this week. Again, remember, this coming Sunday, we will be back on a Shady Sunday episode of Suds News at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's September 28th. We'll be back. And remember to keep the November 8th to the 9th in your calendars for our second annual podcast-a-thon to support Samantha's friends. We're looking at quite a number of people coming on to come through, and all of that. We're just happy to support Samantha's friends, and the challenge is to raise $700 for Samantha's friends this year, and we're going to do it by starting on October 9th. So keep your eyes on our social media. As always, Angela, where could everybody find you?
Parade.com, Brooklyn74 on Twitter, Angela Ryan Duncan on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. And me, I'm on Twitter and Facebook at Vinny Suds. At Suds Media is our Network X account. That's where I'm mostly at because I don't always switch back and forth. But either way, also we are on Instagram, Suds and Squared Circle Media, which is the same as Threads. On TikTok, we are now at Suds_Media. Check it out because we're doing shorts on Instagram, on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. So we're doing a lot of stuff like that. Go to suds-media.com, which brings you to our YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, go hit that subscribe button and turn on those notification bells because we get a lot of content on the network, whether it's wrestling or soap opera related. I am still working on the Eric Bischoff interview for Real American Freestyle, probably coming up for RAFO2 next month. So we're still working on it. My interview with Guy Evans is up on the network as well. So there's a lot of stuff coming in the pipeline. But folks, we are out of time. We will be back this coming Sunday, September 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern for a Shady Sunday edition of Suds News. Also, Dockside at the Bay this coming Thursday at 12 noon. And we're still figuring out what to do with gate crashers. So we are out of time. Folks, have a good night, and we will be back Sunday for another episode of Suds News. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Keep forgetting.